First of all, I would like to thank to the organizers that invited me, and I'm very, very sorry that I am not with you in person, but I will try my best to share some of the thoughts about typical foods in the Balkans with you here from Belgrade, from 36 degrees in shadow. So climate change, definitely. As you can see, my presentation is not about the dietary recommendations in Balkans. And there are two basic reasons why I cannot talk today about dietary recommendations in Balkans. Because Balkans comprises Balkan Peninsula and many countries on the Balkan Peninsula, and they are listed on the right side of the slide, from Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, part of Greece comes there, and part of Turkey. So you can see there are many countries in this southern east part of Europe. And geographically speaking, there are different regions within these Balkans. There is a continental part with several mountain ranges that are here usually quite high, over 3,000 meters, some of the peaks. One big plain here, a lot of water and a lot of springs. There are three great rivers, one of the greatest rivers of Europe, Danube, Sava, and Vardar. And this abundance of water is also something that is quite important for this region. And then there is a coastal part that goes along three seas. So you can see this is the Adriatic Sea, and this is Aegean Sea, and this is the Black Sea. So all this region is characterized by ethnic diversity, but also a diversity of climate. There is a Mediterranean climate here and here, but also continental, and in parts even we can call it alpine, over 2,000 meters. So when you have such a diverse region, you cannot speak about one dietary pattern, about one set of foods that are used, but there is a lot of diversity of foods and several dietary patterns. And I hope, even though this presentation is different than the others, that you are going to enjoy some of the facts that I will give you this evening. Next slide, please. Of course, here there is a lot of influence because Balkans is a crossroad between West and East. So it is also seen in the cuisines, in foods, in the choice of foods that could be found in this big area. As you can see from this table, there is a Mediterranean influence along the coastal parts with a lot of fish and seafood. Olive oil is the #1 olive oil that is used in these parts. Lamb also from meat. Honey sweets are very popular. A lot of calories, but very nice. Pasta and specific herbs and spices. And the countries where the Mediterranean way of living and Mediterranean way of eating is predominant are parts of Slovenia, parts of Croatia and Montenegro, Albania and Greece. But also, if you have in mind the history and the Ottoman Empire that was the major part of Balkan Peninsula in one period of time, they left a lot of influence in the cuisine and the choice of food that are basically can see into mincemeat dishes, mainly made from beef, hot peppers and hot peppers, pickled vegetables, stuffed vegetables, kaymak, sour cream product of milk. baked filled pastry and fermented milk products, especially yogurt and kefir, that in some parts of Balkan countries are very, very cherished. So this is common more in North Macedonia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, and Romania. And of course, there is a Central European part where Austro-Hungarian Empire left its influence, introducing pork meat into the diet and grilled meat and sausages, meat stews like goulash and paprikash, different kind of pies and strudels and fruit jams. And mainly this influence is mostly predominant in Slovenia, Croatia, and northern Serbia. But don't give the wrong idea, because even there are a lot of borders here in between Balkan countries. There are not so strict borders between the cuisines, because these influences through the time got mixed, and each country has even dishes, the same dishes, but in different names or slightly different recipes. Next slide, please. Just to show you how mixed we are together, but also at the same time quite different, we have some meals that are very, very common and very popular in all regional and national cuisine, like moussaka, sarma, rakia is a spirit, very popular. Turkish coffee, whatever you call domestic coffee or Turkish coffee, is being drink everywhere. Cevapcici, also everybody is thinking that cevapcici are their national specialty. So in some countries, the same name of a dish is for different things, like tarator is a salad in North Macedonia and Greece, but a soup in Bulgaria. But we share different names for the same dishes, and sometimes on an ethnical level, we are fighting about which dish is better. Either it's a filo pastry with cheese that is called burek in Bosnia and Herzegovina, gibanica in Serbia, or banica in Bulgaria, and we all think that our recipe and our dish is better than others, but mainly they are almost the same. So we are sharing a little bit difference, and of course we follow these geographical differences that we have. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. This is for me quite important slide, because some of the food-related behaviors are shared in the major part of the Balkans. And these are quite common in most of the countries. This is overvaluing of food, because a lot of things that we are doing are connected or based on food. We are also prone to stockpiling, especially older generations. Usually, most families prepare homemade preserves and home-prepared meals. This is a very important part of the tradition, cuisine tradition in all our countries. We eat bread almost for each meal. Sometimes we are prone to conspicuous and excessive eating and drinking, especially at family, religious, and other events that are celebrated with excessive amounts of food. And our hospitality toward external people from our family always go through a good and full table of foods as a guest of hospitality. Younger generations are very prone to gourmandizing. So this is something that Krasteva Blagoeva noticed, and I absolutely agree with all of these food-related behaviors. As you can see, although this may seem very nice, it has its bad results. Please, next slide. And this is overeating, over intake of calories in all our countries. It's quite high. So as you can see, from 2000 2,700 up to 3,500 calories per day. And in each country, it's much over the average need daily requirement of 2,300. What we have as a result of this gourmandizing, this food-related behaviors, this stockpiling and excessive eating, this is unfortunately quite high prevalence of obesity in adults in both genders that goes from 19% to 32% in Turkey. With obesity, I didn't show it, we also have quite high incidence of cardiovascular diseases in all our countries that comes also from this. And I would like to say that definitely dietary recommendations, even in countries that doesn't have them, are very important. And I think this insight in typical foods of Balkans show the need that we work maybe more closely on making some dietary recommendations for all our countries under the limits that our geographical differences approve. Please, next slide. And I wanted just to show you, this is the last slide, because the tools that are used from statistical calculation of the annual food consumption are different from country to country. This is something that I can show for Serbia. As you can see, what is good in our diet, that the highest quantity in kilograms annually belong to the fruit and the potato and vegetables per se. And on the second place called milk and milk products, fermented milk products. On the third place are bread and bakery. So these are three staple foods that are two staple foods and fruit and vegetables that are primary in the Serbian diet. So we can be quite satisfied with the quantities of fruit and vegetables on average. Next slide. Okay, thank you for your attention.